Okay, so I want to take a few minutes and just run through some of how I think about assignment number 4, which is the image assignment or a movie poster or an album cover page. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my template code from A1, my Hello World, because it's an easy way to set up the page. Second thing I'm going to do is create a new HTML file, and I'm going to call it a4.html. Remember, A3 was our index.html, so A4 will be this one. And I'll put my code in there, change it to the title of A4 movie poster. Oops, try that again. There we go. And before I do anything else, I'm going to get that image in there. So I'm going to put it inside of a paragraph. And I'm going to indent these for my own benefit, just to make my code a little bit more readable. But you can see here that I also have the endlesssummer.jpg. That's the movie poster that I chose. I already put the image in the same folder as the other ones. And if you don't have it in there yet, it's pretty easy to just take it from another folder and just you can kind of drag it in there. So if I wanted to put another picture, I can actually take it from a folder in my Finder or my Explorer, and I can just take it and drag it right into that folder. And after a second, it should upload that. There we go. And there's a picture of that one. So you can see what that looks like. I don't actually need that, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. But here's the poster that I'm going to use for my project here, and it's just the classic Endless Summer movie poster. So what I'm going to do to insert that image is, now that it's in the same folder, I'm going to use a relative link URL to reference that. So the tag is image, and I give it an attribute of source or src, and I'm just going to type the name of the file that I want to use. And that's really the minimum of what I need to put in there. So if I want to view this now on the web page, I can upload that web page. I want to point something out. If I switch over to view that now, what you're going to see here is the broken image icon. And the reason for that is that I haven't uploaded the image yet. So I'm going to take that image and I'm going to upload that as well, because that also has to be on the server for this to work. And as soon as that's uploaded, if I refresh the page, then the picture comes up just fine. Now this is fine, but it's not really good enough for a web page. So let's add some stuff here. And the first thing I'm going to add is I'm going to add an ID of image container to that paragraph. Also going to add a header level 1 that just says movie poster. And then I'll go heading level 2. If I can spell it correctly. There we go. Now that's uploaded, or now it's uploaded. If I refresh the page here, there we go. Still kind of boring, but getting somewhere. Let's take a second, and I want to get some good colors for this page. And so what I'm going to do is right here at the top of the body, I'm actually going to create a multi-line comment because I'm going to paste in some of the colors from this image. So to do that, I'm going to use imagecolorpicker.com. And what that allows you to do is if you click over here and use your image, then I can take my image here and drop it. Oops, didn't like that. So let's do this a different way. I'm going to click on that to browse and drop, then I'll drop the image from there. So I'm going to have to find this on my hard drive. Lucky, I know where it is. So I take that image and I upload it. And then it gives me the common colors from the image. And I really like these four here. So I'm going to take that one and I'm going to get the hex code for each one of these. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm actually going to paste the hex codes with names that I will use to remember them into my document. And then from there, it gets really easy for me to reuse those. So I'm going to copy these into my document. I'm going to get the orange and I'm going to get the yellow too, because I like all of those colors. Kind of a nice summery looking color palette. Okay, so these won't appear anywhere in my document, but now I have those saved so that I can use those in my style as I create them. So I'm done with this page. I'm going to close that and go back to my movie poster here. And I'm going to start styling some of this stuff. So the first thing I want to do, of course, is create style tags because I'm going to start building my CSS here. So the first thing is I want the whole body to have a background color of this near black. It's not exactly black, but I'm just going to copy and paste that up there. And then I want H1 and H2 to both be centered. So I'm going to go text align center on those. I'm going to change the font on those too. So I'm going to go font, family, Arial. You notice I won't get too fancy on my fonts right now because we're relying on the computer that's viewing this to have those fonts installed. So I'm keeping it pretty simple. And then for H1, I'm going to do a background color of yellow using the copy and paste from my codes below. And H2 is going to have actually it's not background color, I just want the text to be that color. Sorry, I got a little excited about my colors there. So I'm just going to use color on these. And I'm going to use the orange for the H2. And then on the paragraph, I'm going to just want to address the image container paragraph. So I'm going to use that, the ID. And so I'm going to say text align center. Oop, forgot to upload it again. I'm used to having that done automatically for myself. There we go. Okay, so now I'm starting to get somewhere. This is looking a little bit better. I think I want the titles to be a little bit bigger. So I'm actually gonna increase the size of those. So let's go font size 36 pixels. Now let's go bigger. Let's go 46 pixels. And let's go 36 pixels on that. That says the height of those. Oop, what did I forget? Good reminder for all of you to upload when you want to check things. Okay, now the thing I want is I'd like this a little bit closer. So I'm going to go on my H1 here, and I know that H1 has a border or a padding and margin on the bottom of it. So I'm going to go margin bottom. Let's go 5 pixels. Let's see what that does. Upload it and reload it. Oh, that's a little bit better, but not quite enough. I'm going to go padding too. Padding. Make sure we're clearing out that bottom part. I'll go 5 on that too, and that should scoot them pretty close together. I could test this all on my computer without the uploading, but I like to test it live. So let's go to -10 on the margin. I want to see what that does here. And you can see I'm just kind of playing around with the design here with different aspects of it. Now I've scooted this up a little bit. I think I want to put a border around this in that pink color, just to kind of really make it look kind of cool. So I'm going to go border 2 pixels, solid, and then I'm going to use the pink hex code here, and then I'm going to do a border radius because I really like those rounded corners. Let's check that out. Deployment, upload. What am I missing here? Oh, the semicolon. There we go. Let's try that. I think that'll fix it. There we go. Okay, so that looks okay. I'd like a little bit more space vertically, and I'm going to make it a little bit more narrow. And I know that this image is about 700 pixels wide. So let's play around with this. Let's say what equals 700 pix float. Actually, I'm just going to leave it there. Let's see what it does. 700 pixels. And padding, we're going to make 15 pixels just to provide a little more space on the top and bottom. This will be the last thing I do here. All right. Okay, so that shifted over there, which is fine. Here's what I'm going to do to fix that. I'm going to just throw that inside of a paragraph. That'll mess with my spacing a little bit, but this is the easiest way to do it. And I'm just going to put a style attribute right here just to do this real quick. Text, because remember I can do that. And I know this is the only place I want to use that. So I'm just going to say text align center. And I think that should cover it. Oops, only if I upload it. So if there's a lesson to be learned here, it's always upload your stuff. All right, so that didn't fix it. Let's try that. I'm not sure that'll work. There are ways to center headings. I just can't seem to remember them off the top of my head. So I didn't really like that, but I could figure out how to center that at some point. I'm just going to leave it the way it is now um, because you guys kind of get the idea. Anyway, that is A4, and working with images. Things to remember is to make sure that your images are uploaded if they're not showing up, and then you can use the colors from the image to sort of develop the page so that it all matches and goes coordinated very well.